So what's up, guys? I was just chilling, minding my own business, getting ready to sit down and eat, and all of a sudden the next arc of the Dragon Ball Super manga was announced, and I just had to record a video about it and drop this information. Now, this isn't exactly what I expected from the next arc of Dragon Ball Super. I'll be really honest, but here we go. News: Dragon Ball Super manga returns next month on December 20th. A new arc begins. Goten and Trunks will become superheroes. All eyes on the duo. Expect to see a lot of Gohan and Piccolo in the manga. Story is a prequel to Superhero. Now, this is a prequel to the events of Dragon Ball Super Superhero. So, essentially, that is telling us that Dragon Ball Super Superhero is 1000% canon to the manga. This story particular is catered to Dragon Ball Super Superhero. It's also seemingly catered to Trunks and Goten as well, which is very interesting. Their outfits are crazy. I have no idea what's going to happen here. I was totally expecting for the next arc of Dragon Ball Super to lead straight into the Frieza stuff. But this is new territory. This is not a Goku Vegeta-centric arc. They are obviously more than likely going to be training on Beerus' planet this entire arc. And this is an entirely new direction for Dragon Ball Super. I did not expect anything like this. It does seem like it's going to be sort of a filler arc. It's not going to be necessarily a huge arc like the Granola arc, which could be interesting, but I don't know. The opportunity to flesh out Goten and Trunks' characters is something that a lot of fans have wanted. So I'm actually really hyped for this because I've wanted them to do something with Goten particularly for a very, very, very long time. Goten and Trunks are a duo. Not that I'm not a huge fan of Trunks. It's just they've done a lot with Trunks. They haven't really done much with Goten. So this actually has me really excited. I'm not gonna lie. Like the hype is real. Now, I don't expect this to be anything super impactful on the series. I do expect the Dragon Balls to be involved in some way because Dragon Ball Super has managed to implement the Dragon Balls in one way or another in every single arc. So I do expect the Dragon Balls to be implemented in some way. I'm just really curious as to what exactly Goten and Trunks are going to be doing in this arc. It's just Goten and Trunks being superheroes like the Great Saiyan Man is just not something that I was expecting. I'm really trying to process this information right now. I really honestly do not know what to think about what I'm seeing. All I know is it's exciting for various reasons. It's amazing. I hope you're as hyped about it as I am because it just looks like it has the potential to be something really, really cool. And if you have any guesses as to what the arc particularly is going to be about, please leave some comments below and let me think what you think is going to happen here. Like I said, you can probably guarantee that it's going to have something to do with the Dragon Balls because Dragon Ball Super has managed to implement the Dragon Balls into every single arc. The idea that you're going to see a lot of Gohan and Piccolo in the arc is also very interesting, especially considering that this is a prequel to Dragon Ball Super Superhero. It's a prequel, but we don't know how big of a time gap. It's just really interesting to me that they're choosing to do this as a prequel because that means we're not going to see Gohan Beast. We're not going to see Piccolo's new forms. We're just going to see... In fact, if I remember correctly, they question how Goten and Trunks grew up so quickly in Dragon Ball Super Superhero. So is this stuff between Piccolo and Gohan going to have anything to do with Goten and Trunks, or is it going to be a completely separate side story? Are they going to... bear with me. Do you think, and you can let me know in the comments, do you think that they are going to skip around between stuff with Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, and then stuff with Gohan and Piccolo, and then also skip around to the main section of the story being Goten and Trunks? Because that could be the case here. Honestly, there's a lot they could do with it. It could also be similar to that copy Vegeta filler, which I hope that it's not anything like that because I didn't really enjoy that filler. But it could be something similar to the copy Vegeta filler where, you know, Trunks and Goten get into their own separate antics. The Earth might be what's in danger, I would say, in this case, unlike the copy Vegeta filler, that in this case, more than likely, the Earth is going to be what's in danger. But wow, this is just completely unexpected. Trunks and Goten's outfits here are particularly jarring because they're kind of like Saiyan armor, but if you notice, they're wearing capes, matching outfits where one is one color and one is the other. Like, this direction for Goten and Trunks' character is not something I was expecting, not even a little bit. Like, this is very shocking, very jarring, but it might not be treated as something huge within the series. It might be just sort of treated as like filler, manga filler, because that does exist. It might just sort of be treated as a means of filling in the gap in the story, that because they're building up to something huge, so they probably don't want to jump into doing whatever they're doing with Frieza, Goku, and Vegeta, etc. too quickly. So this might be a means of just buying more time and getting more content out of Dragon Ball Super, because I know a lot of people are in a huge hurry for us to go past the end of Z, but you don't want to be in too big of a hurry, because you want them to create as much content as humanly possible. Good content, but you want them to create as much content as humanly possible and take advantage of the time that they can use in the story without contradicting, what happens after the end of Z, because, there is a lot of room for extra storytelling and extra content before the end of Z. And of course, they're taking advantage of that with Super, but it's a smart move. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's actually a smart move to go back and play on the series before the characters progress so much that you really can't do anything with them. Part of the issue with Dragon Ball GT is it did such a good job retiring all the characters that it made it pretty much impossible for them to, use all the characters that the fans love from the original Dragon Ball while also using the continuity of GT. They pretty much had to start from scratch. I don't expect fusion in this arc, because if you remember correctly, in Dragon Ball Super Superhero, Goten didn't really remember exactly how to do the fusion technique. So as cool as it would be to see Goten in this arc, I'm not really sure we're going to see him, but it would be amazing, especially with these outfits that Goten and Trunks have, the sort of yin-yang aesthetic that they have going on in terms of their character. I think is really, really cool. So, like, if they did fuse, I would love it. But whenever you're trying to figure out what's going on in this new arc that they just announced, you have to really look back at the context clues from Dragon Ball Super Superhero, because there's a lot of stuff that Dragon Ball Super Superhero does to limit this particular arc, because they can't contradict the movie. Not that they won't, just out of missing things, because they do that. But I do think that they are going to refrain from trying to contradict anything that happened in Dragon Ball Super Superhero. So this is big news. Honestly, like I said, I'm still in shock. I don't know exactly what they're going to do, but I am pretty hyped for it. Again, as like a fan of Trunks and Goten, I'm really hyped to see what they do with these two characters. And again, if you guys have any idea of what you think that they're going to do with this new arc, any, like, in terms of the villain, in terms of the plot, in terms of how they're going to handle everything, if you guys have some sort of idea as to how they might possibly handle this whole scenario, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because I've got a lot of content coming your all's way. I'm a very busy guy, and I try to put out content as much as I humanly possibly can, but I do have a lot of topics and a lot of things that I want to cover on my channel, and that I am going to make a priority to cover on my channel. A lot of character reviews, I may even review like other manga at some point. Like, I do have a lot of intentions for this channel. So if you want to see, my content going forward, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed. I've just reached 15K. That's super exciting. But anyway, that is all for this video. New arc announced. Time to get hype. Like I said, it ain't going to be anything huge, but it is new Dragon Ball content with Goten and Trunks, which I think is a reason to be excited, because again, us as fans, we've always wanted to see stuff done with them, and they've always sort of been pushed to the back. And this is really, this is their time to shine. And it very well may be the beginning steps into the future of the series. This may very well be setting up what's going to happen with Dragon Ball Super in the future. Goten and Trunks may end up becoming the new face of Dragon Ball Super moving forward. So again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.